Hey, Magic fans, we're back again. Captain Clyde here speaking to you on the MTG News. We have finished out Dominaria United spoilers, and it's a bunch of commons. But there's some rares that snuck in there that look kind of sexy. So let's run down through them real quick. Quite a few reprints I didn't expect, but hey, it is what it is. You can't keep making up new cards and call them something different all the time and expect, people not to complain about it. So just reprint the normal ones. It'll be fine. Half those cards ain't worth nothing anyway. So, don't forget, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so sub up for me and let's roll it. So, starting off with the Cruelty of Gix, 2 black and 3 rare. Saga has read ahead. For those of you who don't know, you get to choose what it starts on. For 1, you get target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a creature or planeswalker card from it. They discard it. For 2, search your library for a card. Put that card into your hand, then shuffle. You lose 3 life. Ugh. And then 3, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. This is almost like a Elspeth Defies Death black version. Not even gonna lie. Seems pretty good. Might see some play. Next here we have the Biddleish Fourth Bonder, white and 1 for a 1/3 with Vigi. And it has Enlist, which is probably the best thing about this card because it's got 3 toughness. This is going to be pretty sweet for a 2-drop and easily ran in any kind of white mono deck. So yeah, this is going to be good in draft, maybe even standard. Next we have Captain's Call, white and 3 sorcery, create 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. It's not an instant, but it's 3 1/1s for 4, and token decks are going to love it. Next we have Clockwork Drawbridge, 1 white defender 03 for white and 2 tap target creature. This is going to be an all-star in limited and probably in the Dorian Buttfight deck. Anyway, moving on. Next we have Destroy Evil, white and 1. You get to choose one. Destroy target creature power 4 or greater or destroy target enchantment. This is a great utility card. This will probably see standard play just because it does those 2 things, and definitely going to be in limited. And maybe some of the older formats where these utility cards are desperately needed. Maybe definitely in Commander, depending on how many utility cards you need. Next we have Heroic Charge, 2 white, 2. Kicker, red and 1. Creatures you control get +2/+1 to the end of turn. If this spell was kicked, those creatures also gain trample. Probably good for draft. Moving on. Next we have Counter Target creature spell. That's right, we have Essence Scatter. It's been reprinted, white, blue, and a 1. So you know what that bad boy does. Next we have Shore Up, 1 blue. Target creature you control gets +1/+1. Gains hexproof till the end of turn. Untap it. Wow, this does everything. It slices it, dices it, makes your Julian fries. Creatures get bigger so they don't die. Prevents them from being targeted from kill effects. And untaps for the sneaky block. This is going to be a draft all-star, and probably will see some play in standard due to how much it does. Next we have Soaring Drake, blue and 2 for a 2/3 flyer vanilla. Great for draft, but it's vanilla. Tide Pool Turtle. That just sounds weird to say. Anyway, blue and 3 for a 2/5. For blue and 2, you scry 1. Not going to see a whole lot of play, but in draft this could be sweet. Battle Rage Blessing, black and 1. Target creature gains Death Touch and indestructible to end of turn. Your basic creature saver that guarantees a kill. Basically, your black removal for limited. Next, you have Battlefly Swarm, 1 black for a 1/1 flyer. For a black, it gains Death Touch to end of turn. This is going to be a phenomenal draft card or sealed limited card because Death Touch kills anything, and with limited removal in the format, these things are removal. So, yeah. Next we have the Eerie Soul Tender. So black and 2 for a 3/1. When it enters the battlefield, you mill 3 cards, because why not? For a black and 4, exile the Soul Tender from your graveyard. Return another target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. This is going to be phenomenal in limited, because you want to lay it for 3. You want it to die, and then get back the best juicy creature you got. So this is going to be great for limited, but probably nothing else. Knight of Dusk's Shadow. Black and 1 for a 2/2 with Menace. Your opponents can't gain life. This is a great uncommon. Plus, for black and 1, it gets +1/+1. It's not as good as First Strike, but it is Menace. So this is going to be the opposite of the white one, and this is going to definitely see play in draft, limited, your standard environment, and maybe some others. Next we have Ferexian Vivisector. Anyway, black and 1 for a 2/2. Whenever a creature you control dies, you scry 1. Decent vanilla card with a neat scry ability, probably great for limited. Next we have Shadow Prophecy, black and 2 with Domain Instant. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of basic land types you control among lands that you have. Put up to 2 of them into your hand, the rest in your graveyard to lose 2 life. Basically, you read the bones at instant speed. Pretty sweet for limited. Next we have Flowstone Cavu, red and 2 with Menace, 2/3. Gets +1/-1 to end a turn. Gonna be a limited all-star, not gonna lie. Next we have Splatter Goblin. That's just too funny. Black and 1 for a 2/1. When Splatter Goblin dies, target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 to end a turn. It kills 3/3s, dead. Yeah, this is just hilarious as a goblin. Anyway, moving on. Coalition Warbrute, red and 3 for a 3/4, has Enlist and Trample. So this thing's got Trample. It's going to be a great limited card, but probably it. Next, Flowstone Infusion, 1 red. Target creature gets +2/-2 to end a turn. This is also a reprint. Next, we have Flowstone Whoopsie. Wah, wah. Just see if you're paying attention, guys. So, Furious Bellow, red and 1. Target creature gets +3/+0 and gains first strike till the end of turn. Scry 1. Again, good limited card. Scrying's always sweet. Goblin Picker. Like Booger Picker? Anyway, red and 1 for a 2/2. 1 red and tap. Discard a card, draw a card. That's going to be sweet for limited and may have something to do in standard. Possibly. Hammerhand. 1 red enchant creature. Enters the battlefield, target creature can't block. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 in haste. I mean, it's going to be a neat trick in limited, but at best it's a trick and probably won't see a whole lot of play. Maria's Outrider, red and 4 for a 4/4 reach with Domain. When the Outrider enters the battlefield, it deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of basic land types among lands you control. That's kind of cool, but again, limited. Alright, Barkweave Crusher, green and 3 for a 2/5. It has Enlist. Now that's a pretty good card to have in list. It's got a big old butt on it. So when it comes in, it's going to come in hot and heavy. So this is probably going to be a mainstay in the limited format. Next we have Broken Wings reprint. This is a beautiful picture, by the way. And if you don't know, it's a green and 2. You destroy an artifact, enchantment, or a creature with flying. Obviously, limited all-star. We have Deathbloom Gardener as a common, green and 2 for a 1/1 Death Toucher that's also a mana dork for any color. This might see a lot of play in Commander or other formats where you need a block and you need a good Bird of Paradise. Because Birds of Paradise might be cheap, but it don't take down big 7/7s like it's nobody's business. Next we have the Elfhame Worm. Elfhame Worm. Anyway, green and 4 for a 5/4 with Vigilance and Trample. Because, yeah, why not, I guess. Just, yeah, big monster. Anyway, what is Flirt? It's a Vine Wall. It's a Vine Wall. Anyway, green and 1 for an 0/2 defender. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 6 cards of your library, reveal a land card from among them, and put it into your hand. Rest on the bottom in a random order. Obviously, a limited all-star. It might see play in standard just because it says a land card, not a basic land, so you can get multis and duels and all kinds of stuff. Really going to depend what the deck is doing, but I honestly don't think it will. Next, we have the Hexbane Tortoise, green and 2 for a 3/2 with Ward 2 and Enlist. More text, please. So this is going to be a great common for limited. It might even see a little standard play just for the mana cost and what it can do. But since its butt's only 2, probably not. Next, we have War Stalker, 1 green, Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, its Stalker gets +1/+0 to end a turn. Basic 1/1 Spud. We have a Meteorite reprint. 5. When it comes into play, deal 2 damage to any target. Taps for any color mana. Next, we have Salvage Mana Worker. Ugh. So for two mana, you get a 1/3 that you can run mana through to make mana of any color once a turn. This is going to be an amazing mana fixer for limited. I would say it would see commander play, but since you only get 1 mana out of it every turn, it might not. Plus, when you got 4 people on the battlefield trying to play against you, the odds of this thing surviving is slim to none. Moving on. Next, we have Vanquishers Axe. So 1 for equipped creature gets +2/+0, equips for 2. Probably decent in limited. Crystal Grotto. So this bad boy enters, you get to scry 1, plus it taps for a colorless and for 1 makes a mana of any color. So your basic uncommon mana fixer for limited. Next we have Erg, Spawn of Turga. That's with a G, not a D. Anyway, green, 2 black for a star 5. When its power is equal to the number of land cards in your graveyard, at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may put it into your graveyard. Green, black, sacrifice a land, gain 2 life. Very interesting. Probably fine for limited, I guess, but I just don't see this doing a whole lot. Next, Talas Lookout. 2 blue and 2 for a 3/2 with flyer. When it dies, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand, the other into your graveyard. Probably fine for limited, but eh. Pixie Illusionist. Beautiful picture. 1 blue for a 1/1 flyer. Kickers for green and 3. Wow. If the Illusionist was kicked, it enters with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Tap it. Target land you control becomes basic land type your choice in a turn. So this is like a Bird of Paradise. This is going to be an all-star unlimited because you can change land types, making them produce different colored mana. Plus, it's a 1/1 flyer. And late game, it can be a 3/3 flyer for 5, which is awful. But better than a 1/1 flyer late game. So, you have that. Next, we have Keldon Strike Team. Red and 2 for a 3/1, kicker white and 1. When the strike team enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, you get to create 2 1/1 white soldier tokens. So for 5 mana, you get a 3/1 and 2 1/1s. As long as the strike team enter the battlefield this turn, creatures you control have haste. Oh, that's pretty sweet for a common. Limited all-star right there. Next we have Haunting Figment. Blue and 1 for a 2/1 with Vigi. Haunting Figment can't be blocked as long as can't be blocked as long as you've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn. There, we got there. Great for limited. Gibbering Barricade. That sounds horrifying. Anyway, black and 2 for a 2/4 defender. Black and 2, you can sacrifice a creature, gain 1 life, draw a card. That's a sweet ability. That's going to be a limited all-star. And this is probably going to be really good in Commander just because, if you're in a token deck and this bad boy's on the battlefield, you can make tokens and sack them to gain life and draw cards. Seems disgusting. Next we have Griffin Protector. White and 3 for a 2/3 flyer. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, the Protector gets +1/+1 to end a turn. This is going to be a limited all-star just from that ability. Holy cow. Next we've got Githu Amplifier. Red and 1 for a 1/2. Kicker blue and 2. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target creature an opponent controls to their own opponent's hand. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gets +2/+0 to end a turn. This is going to be a limited all-star in those kind of decks where you have a whole bunch of this stuff going on. So, yeah. Next we have a reprint of Bone Splinters, which I don't get this picture. But anyway, so as always, it's 1 black, you sack a creature, destroy a creature. Sorcery. Decent removal. Next we have Bite Down. Green and 1. Instant, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature planeswalker you don't control. Basic green fight spell without the fight. Limited all-star, as normal. Argavian Phalanx. White and 5 for a 4/4. Costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control and has Vigi. That's going to be a definite limited all-star. So because by turn, if you play it right, on turn 3, this thing's hitting the battlefield as a 4/4 with Vigilance. So, yeah. Moving on. Next we have Artillery Blast. A white and 1 instant with Domain. Deals X damage to target tapped creature where X is 1, plus the number of basic land types you control. This is pretty sweet if you're playing 2 colors. This is basically when someone taps their creature, a 3 damage lightning bolt for 2, but it's in white. I think this is going to see a lot of play. Not just in limited, but probably in standard where you can really build your decks. Commander would like this, especially 5 color builds. This is 5 damage to a tapped creature. This is insane. I think this thing's going to be nuts. Anyway, moving on. Next we have Aggressive Sabotage. Black and 2, the kicker red. Target player discards 2 cards. If it was kicked, it deals 3 damage to that player. This is going to be insane in limited. Not only are you going to make them discard 2 cards, but if you wait to turn 4, you can make them discard 2 cards and bolt them in the face for it. Which in limited is not that hard to do. So this may even see some play in the standard just because of the extra ability. Because people are already playing discard 2 for this. So yeah, that's going to be a thing. Next we have Enthrall to the Pit. Red and 3 sorcery with a kicker of black and 2. Wow. Gain control of target creature at the end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste at the end of turn. If this spell was kicked, sacrifice that creature at the beginning of your next end step. Ew. So this is that, people always like, I'll steal your creature and have another creature to sack it to. This is an all-in-one for a mere 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Jesus, that's a lot. But still, for 7 mana, you can take their crap, punch them with their crap, and then destroy their crap. Who knows? So, with that said, that is the last of the spoilers today and the spoilers for Dominaria. Thank you so much for watching and joining me on this mission. Look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow where we start going through the rest of the stuff that Wizards been announcing and have some fun while we wait for the box opening series to start for Dominaria. As always, guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comments down below is going to feed that YouTube algorithm. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. One click for that button doesn't mean nothing for you, but it means a lot to me. And I thank everybody who's already supporting the channel. If you want to do more, there's links in the description to the eBay store to buy cards and cool swag. Also, Patreon if you want to do a monthly subscription to get cards, cool swags, discounts, and support the store all at the same time. And my email's in there if you have any questions or if you're lonely. Reach out and say, hey. So until next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you across from the game table, at the pre-release. Throwing it down. Dominaria, old school.